sights are set upon the land we love. Bad vibes are the cue for me. Fight, fight, fight. I'll guard the planet like a shield for a night. So no, I won't stop fighting till it's over. Won't run away. And you can bet that Earth will keep on turning. I'm making sure it's safe. Join in the face of my fists are sturdy in their faith. They'll never shake. Ain't nobody stopping their burn. Show what we're made of. I'll change the future with my nerves to one that we deserve for the world.
If you want to see the next episode of Dragon Ball Shinken published faster, comment now #Vegito, #Gogeta, or #Shinken. If this video reaches 100 comments, we'll bring you the full episode even faster. Like the video if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Shinken. The more likes in this video, the more we know that you want to see new episodes of this story. And also subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to always know when the next Dragon Ball Shinken and Dragon Ball videos in general are published here. Anyway, now let's get to the video. Episode 39, The Strange World of Ninjas and Pirates. In the vast cosmos of the great universe, a clash of cosmic proportions unfolds. On one side are Gogeta and Vegito, and on the other, the angels Awamo and Konyak. In recent times, hundreds of dimensional rifts have been opened across the great universe, bringing many enemies to Gogeta, Vegito, and the Galactic Patrol. After an investigation, it was discovered that those responsible for this were the two evil angels, Awamo and Konyak, who were looking for something in the vastness of multiple realities. Given this, it's clear that the confrontation was inevitable, although the two angels are certainly not happy that it happened so soon. Vegito hovers like a walking supernova, his fiery ki ready to manifest in a display of unparalleled power, evoking the power that balances Ultra Instinct and Hakai. Awamo, his opponent, also manifests his ki with intensity, transmitting in his energy the feeling of superiority that Ultra Instinct brings, despite his eyes showing a certain uncertainty and fear. The reasons for this uncertainty can be seen in Awamo's body, which carries a much greater number of injuries resulting from the battle than Vegito, highlighting the angel's disadvantage in the fight, who faces an even more powerful Vegito due to his recent training. Damn, things weren't supposed to be like this, Awamo whispered, frustrated and scared. Another confrontation of cosmic proportions unfolds at a different point in the great universe. Gogeta spreads a storm of power, his Shinken ki radiating with an intensity greater than hundreds of suns. The angel facing him is Konyak, who, judging by the various injuries present on his body and the fatigue shown on his face, is not getting the better of this confrontation against an even more perfected Gogeta due to the training he has been doing lately. Tell me at once, what were you planning on opening all those dimension rifts? Gogeta questions his enemy. Never, Konyak exclaims in response. Then I will make you talk. In the form of a blast of energy, Gogeta shoots towards Konyak with overwhelming speed. His strikes are swift and devastating, each punch and kick unleashing shockwaves that shake the space around him. Seeking to use the mastery of his Ultra Instinct with maximum precision, Konyak tries to avoid Gogeta's blows with defenses and dodges provided with stupendous technical refinement. Gogeta's technical mastery, however, is even more refined. With his Ultra Instinct raised to extraordinary levels by Shinken, the Saiyan presents even more refined movements. In a combat style that combines graceful and powerful movements in just the right way, Gogeta channels his ki into a powerful energy attack. Rays of brilliant light converge in his hands, forming a sphere of power that seems ready to tear at the very fabric of the universe. The Shinken warrior launches the attack towards Konyak, its trajectory leaving a luminous trail in the vacuum of space. Unable to defend or dodge this attack due to his power and speed, Konyak brandishes his staff, manipulating space-time, making the sphere of power disappear before him. In response, Konyak launches his own offensive, a large globe of power fired at at Gogeta, who with a casual gesture undoes the attack with a simple wave of his hand, using the power of Hakai, dissipating the angelic energy as if it were nothing more than a passing breeze. Vegito pressures Awamo with rapid and devastating attacks, powered by his high degree of destruction power, each blow unleashing shockwaves that reverberates throughout the universe. Vegito launches powerful blasts of ki, which Awamo struggles to get rid of by pushing the technical qualities of his Ultra Instinct to the maximum. Unfortunately for the Angel, Vegito also has an advanced degree of Ultra Instinct, avoiding the counterattacks that the Angel manages to launch with so much difficulty. Vegito's offensive is incessant, with strikes so fast, strong, and consecutive that they even confuse Awamo in his own defense. Awamo tries to respond in equity, so rays of cosmic energy intertwine in a spectacle of dark and luminous ki as the two combatants increasingly engage in confrontation. Gogeta attacks Konyak with a series of devastating blows, hitting the Angel squarely with punches and kicks with the brutality of a monster and the cadence of a master. Finding it increasingly difficult to withstand the opponent's attacks, Konyak retreats to swearing, cursing Gogeta. He wants to run away, but he can't, as he could leave a trail and be chased. On the other hand, he cannot win this fight alone. Swinging his staff to propagate a magical blow, Konyak tears the fabric of space-time, opening a dimensional rift, causing a dragon to appear before him, which Gogeta ends up encountering as he is advancing towards the Angel. The beast, even without any idea of what is happening, attacks Gogeta with a flaming blast fired from its mouth. For Gogeta, the heat emanated by this dragon's flames is less than the spark from a lighter, so it does no harm to his body. With an armful of vacuum, the Saiyan sweeps the great dragon out of existence, shattering the beast's body with just the pressure of moving his arm. "I need something stronger," Konyak notes. He brandishes his staff again, this time bringing from another dimension a creature similar to a reptile and another similar to an ape, both beings of gigantic proportions. But the monsters don't attack Gogeta as they are too busy docking with each other and continue to do so while floating through the void. "Damn it!" Konyak despairs. Raising his glowing staff, Awamo causes multiple spheres of energy to appear, which are all fired once at Vegito. The Saiyan's defense is to raise his ki in an energy barrier, making the Angel spheres explode when they touch him. Vegito counterattacks by concentrating an abysmal amount of power into a sphere of fiery energy, launching it towards Awamo with terrifying force. With no time to dodge, the Angel extends his staff in front of his body to form a shield. The impact creates an explosion of light and energy, engulfing the surrounding space in a storm of unbridled power. The result of this was not good for Awamo, who now has more injuries than ever spread across his body. In addition to his broken magic staff, "It cannot be. This couldn't have happened," the Angel laments. "This is the end for you." Vegito points one of his hands at the Angel and announces. He fires a big bang attack that hits the Angel squarely, destroying his entire body instantly in a majestic explosion. "One less than those bastards," Vegito celebrates. In a moment, the tentacles of a monstrous and powerful space kraken imprison Gogeta. The next moment, a blast of ki released by the Saiyan completely disintegrates the creature, much to Konyak's frustration. Gogeta says this is a waste of time and Konyak should accept his death at once. "Never!" the Angel cries. Once again, Konyak opens a dimensional rift, but now Gogeta interrupts him, reaching the Angel with a teleportation to kick his staff away and pierce his chest with a punch full of power. Konyak's blood gurgles from his mouth as fear and anguish appear in his eyes of the corrupted Angel. "It's over for you," the Saiyan says. "No, I will not accept this." Konyak grabs Gogeta's arm, pierced through his body, and then in a desperate act pulls himself and Gogeta to the portal he just opened, making them both disappear from that reality. In the sky of a forest, a small wormhole opens from which a body falls at high speed and crashes against the ground, sweeping several surrounding trees with the impact of the fall. The one who just fell starts to get up. That person is old Goku, who rubs his head and looks around in confusion, wondering where he ended up. But noticing that something is different, Goku looks at himself, wondering why he came back and what happened to Gogeta. "Hey, Vegeta, the fusion broke!" he shouts, excited. However, no one responds. "Vegeta? Hey, Vegeta, where are you?" Realizing that Vegeta is not around, Goku closes his eyes to concentrate on detecting his ki. It's at that moment that he realizes that he can't feel Vegeta's ki or anyone else's. What's happening here? What place is this? Why did the fusion fall apart? And why can't I feel anyone's ki? Goku wonders. In the middle of a vast ocean lies a large archipelago. On the shores of this archipelago there is a small island, where another small wormhole opens and expels another being, causing considerable destruction on the island due to the power of the fall. The person who has just been thrown there is God Vegeta, who is also very surprised when he discovers that he has separated from Kakarot and is not able to feel his or anyone else's ki. What place is this? And what happened to me and Kakarot? Vegeta wonders. Goku flies over the forest he fell into looking for signs of civilization. Man, what is this place? I feel totally lost. Goku feels completely disconcerted until he finally sees something relevant. A large city that begins to appear on the horizon. Goku doesn't need to think twice to rush there. Deciding that it would be better not to fly so as not to attract attention in the city, Goku lands and walks in. What a curious place. It's very different from the cities I know, he comments in his own mind as he walks and observes things around. Suddenly, a very appetizing smell invades his nostrils, immediately making Goku's stomach growl. He hadn't even realized how hungry he was. Goku follows that wonderful smell until he finds a small restaurant where a man and woman are serving. Welcome to Ramen Ichiraku, the man greets with a warm smile. Goku sits down to eat, and when he puts Ichiraku's ramen in his mouth for the first time, he can't stop anymore, devouring bowl after bowl. Seeing a more detailed view of the environment around him, Vegeta takes flight, hovering over the island he crash-landed on. He observes the surrounding for some time until he finds a ship anchored on the island next door, and decides to ask for information. Vegeta flies to the ship and lands on it, but at first he doesn't see anyone. Damn, what kind of idiot leaves a ship alone? Vegeta thinks out loud. Who are you calling an idiot? A deep voice questions. When Vegeta looks back, he sees that a man has just boarded the ship, his green hair shimmering as it reflects the sunlight. Who are you? Vegeta asks when he feels just by looking at this guy isn't just any person. My name is Roronoa Zoro, and I think it would be great for you to explain why you invaded our ship. Vegeta starts to get in a bad mood. I don't like the way you talk. Who do you think you are to give me orders? Zoro's bad mood is the same. You're the one barging in, and you think you have the right to ask questions? I'm the one who doesn't like the way you talk. Oh yeah? So why don't you do something about it? Vegeta challenges. I'll be very pleased to do that. Zoro responds, already touching his swords. There's almost no more ramen left at Ichiraku when Goku finally feels full, leaving the owner Tucci gaping as he piles up bowls and bowls all over the counter. Goku thanks them, saying he already feels satisfied, but he almost throws out all the food when he sees the bill. Oh man, I forgot I have to pay for this. But he finally becomes alarmed when someone teleports in front of him, appearing to switch places with a bowl on the counter. What? Sasuke Uchiha throws a kick, which Goku reflexively blocks with his arms, sending him tumbling out of Ramen Ichiraku onto the floor. Before Goku could even understand the situation, Sakura Haruno comes running towards him, preparing an overwhelming punch, which when it hits the Saiyan who defends himself with his arms at the last moment throws him into the air, pushing him an enormous distance in height, making Goku spin through the sky of the Hidden Leaf Village. Then a giant shuriken of blue-white energy slices through the air towards him. This attack was launched by Naruto Uzumaki from the top of a building in the village. Goku creates an energy shield around his body to defend himself, and when the energy shuriken hits the shield, it culminates into an explosion of impact and energy that launches Goku even further out of the village. What the hell is going on here? Goku asks himself as he gets up after the fall. Suddenly, someone emerges from the ground with a leap behind him. When Goku turns around, he sees a masked man with white hair looking at him with blood-red eyes. Kamui shouts Kakashi Hatake. Goku puts his arm in front of his body to receive the attack. However, he's surprised when instead of seeing something physical, a suction force begins to attract his body, sucking it in and making it disappear. It doesn't take long for Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura to join Kakashi. Sensei, how was it? Naruto asks. I sent him to another dimension with my Kamui. We did it. But Kakashi couldn't be more wrong. In a matter of seconds, Goku is back with his teleportation, scaring them all. Hey, what are you guys doing? He complains, irritated and confused. The group of ninjas is amazed at this, asking how Goku managed to do this. Goku says that it wasn't difficult to return from the dimension he was sent to, since it's not that far away. So it was easy with his teleportation. Realizing that this enemy would be more difficult to defeat than they thought, Naruto placed him a few steps ahead of the others. Everyone, let me deal with his opponent for now, says the blonde ninja. Vegeta descends to the ground of the island with a somersault and some acrobatics. He has just escaped a series of attacks from the green-haired swordsman, who once again attacks him by jumping down and attempting a vertical attack, which Vegeta dodges and sees the entire island and sea in the direction of Zoro's sword receive a cut from the depth of an abyss. This guy's cutting power is impressive, Vegeta observes. Vegeta flies back and fires an energy sphere at the three-sword swordsman, but Zoro, with just a movement of his sword, cuts Vegeta's energy even from a distance, sending a cutting pressure so great that it receives the Saiyan who, when he avoids it, sees the clouds in the sky being divided far above him. This guy could cut through a god of destruction's body like butter. I need to be careful, Vegeta admits. But they are interrupted when another person arrives at the place, landing with a jump right in front of Zoro. Luffy, what is it? Can't you see I'm in the middle of a fight? Zoro complains. Luffy has a very serious look and says to his companion, Zoro, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to interrupt your fight this time. I'm the one who has to defeat this guy. Both Vegeta and Zoro are very surprised when they hear this. When old Goku sees the young blonde standing in front of the others to face him, he smiles and praises him, saying that Naruto is braver than he thought, since he seemed to be the cowardly type attacking by surprise along with those others. Naruto feels deeply offended by this and retorts, Who do you think you're talking to? I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the one acclaimed by everyone as the great shinobi god. Of course I wouldn't chicken out, says the blonde. Shinobi god? Well, bad luck for you, but I was trained by the god of martial arts, the god of earth, and the god of the northern galaxy and angels. Naruto responds, I don't care who your masters were. I've been preparing for the invaders' arrival, so I'm ready for it. Of course, Goku doesn't understand anything he's talking about, and asks what Naruto means by that. Kakashi interferes in the conversation, advising Naruto not to reveal any more information. Naruto does as his sensei suggests, and tells Goku that the conversation is over. With a movement faster than light, Naruto throws a kunai towards Goku, who is caught off guard by his opponent's unexpected speed. Narrowly dodges by moving his head to the side, with the knife passing close to his face, making a shallow cut on his cheek. The weapons in this reality are extremely lethal, he notices after the cut. Naruto makes a low jump towards Goku. The power is so great that he leaves an explosion of air behind, raising a dense curtain of dust. Goku promptly puts himself on guard to defend, blocking the punch throw at him with his forearm, resulting in an even greater explosion of impact. Goku retaliates with a low kick, but Naruto avoids the trip by doing a jump and somersault in the air, going to Goku's back. As soon as Naruto reaches the ground, a shadow clone appears next to him without any hand seal, and this clone advances against Goku, who needs to turn quickly to defend himself. A real clone? Goku is surprised when he feels a second Naruto's strong blow to his defense. Taking advantage of the proximity, the clone holds Goku. The real Naruto, more distant, without needing any scroll, summons a large shuriken and throws it towards them. The cutting weapon advances at great speed, reaching them, breaking the clone in half, and only not cutting Goku either, because at the last moment he dodged it with a jump. Naruto tries to take advantage of an opening during Goku's dodge to move forward with a blow in the air. Goku, using his refined Ultra Instinct, manages to maneuver himself in the air to avoid the ninja's accurate attack, and makes an almost instantaneous counterattack, throwing Naruto against the ground with such force that he opens a hole in the ground. Goku's movements impress the ninjas, who did not expect Naruto's attacks to be avoided with such skill. In the middle of the hole made in the ground, Naruto stands up. He suffered no apparent damage even with such a strong blow, proving to have great physical resistance. Goku, after landing from the jump, praises Naruto for his resilience, saying that he didn't hold back on that kick. He then reflects, it seems that people from this reality are on average much stronger than people from my original reality, and that also applies to this planet and the objects that exist here. I need to be very careful in this place. When Luffy appears in the middle of their fight, saying that he is the one who must face this enemy, God Vegeta and Zoro are very impressed and surprised. Zoro asks Luffy why he is saying this. This guy is one of the men from the prophecy, Luffy responds. With this answer, Zoro is surprised, asking if Luffy is sure of what he's saying. Prophecy? What prophecy? Vegeta asks, not understanding what it is about. Don't pretend you don't know. Luffy roars, while, to Vegeta's surprise, he throws his arm back, stretching it for many kilometers in a split second. Gomu Gomu no! The Straw Hat starts to speak. Vegeta smiles and says, do you think you're going to hit me with an attack like that? The way you're preparing your strike, it becomes completely predictable. It's obvious that you're going to attack me in a straight line, and of course I'm going to dodge. Pistol! Luffy finishes the name of the attack, and to Vegeta's complete shock, the enemy's fists travel at an extraordinary speed, arriving almost instantly at his face. crushing the Saiyan prince's cheek while sending blood out of his mouth. A powerful shockwave spreads around as the ground of that island cracks, and Vegeta is hurled thousands of miles away, leaving the island, creating an abyssal line in the ocean as he skims across the waters, and crashing into a mountain on another island, smashing against the great mountain. Trapped amidst the rocks of the mountain, Vegeta has blood running from his mouth, absolutely surprised by the incredible speed and strength with which the enemy attacked. Damn, what power is this? Even though I knew what his attack would be like, I just couldn't react to it. I can't use little power against that enemy. I need to raise my ki immediately. After watching, Vegeta gets punched. Zoro laughs and says that's what happens when someone underestimates the Pirate King. Vegeta sees Luffy already above the island, who is coming from an extremely powerful jump that made him travel all that distance in the blink of an eye. Gomu Gomu no! In a fraction of a second, Luffy's leg is stretched until he leaves the planet. Oh no! The rubberized leg descends with all its power towards Vegeta at such a high speed that it is enveloped by flames. Vegeta quickly raises his ki to increase his speed and escape, seeing that entire mountain being cut from top to bottom by Luffy's leg like an axe cutting through jelly. This feat impresses the Saiyan. He destroyed that mountain with incredible ease. Things on this planet are not like those on the planet in my reality. They are much denser. This mountain that this guy just chopped down like it was nothing is denser than 10 planets in my reality. And that's not all. This guy seems to be just getting started. Despite that stupid face, I need to be careful with him. The fight between Goku and Naruto continues in a very fierce physical confrontation. On the one hand, Naruto uses an advanced level of taijutsu, combining a high degree of fighting skill with his great physical power, representing the dexterity of the one called the Shinobi God. On the other hand, Goku also shows all his mastery in martial arts, proving the value of the combat style of the Turtle School and that of the Angels, in addition to the various styles he has learned throughout his life as a martial artist. Naruto charges forward with a spinning kick, his legs slicing through the air towards Goku with impressive speed. Goku blocks the blow with his forearms, feeling the impact reverberate through his bones. He counterattacks with a powerful punch, which Naruto deftly dodges with an agile movement. Goku charges forward, his speed increasing as he delivers a rapid series of punches and kicks. Naruto responds with a combination of rapid strikes, his fists and feet moving like light. Goku seems to gain the upper hand as the physical confrontation continues. His decades of combat experience make a difference compared to Naruto, who even though he is a prodigy ninja, does not have half the Saiyan's lifespan, training, and combat experience. Goku's combat skills combined with the technical refinement of his Ultra Instinct prove superior to Naruto's taijutsu, who gradually begins to receive an increasing number of attacks, each one strong and precise enough to shake the ninja. Gomu Gomu no Stampa! Luffy screams as he throws his leg at Vegeta, catching the Saiyan several meters away almost instantly. Vegeta, this time with his speed increased due to his raised power level, avoids the attack by taking flight and then firing a barrage of energy balls at Luffy. "Take that, you weirdo!" the Saiyan shouts, but Luffy already knows how to deal with it. Gomu Gomu no Fusen! From one moment to the next, Luffy's body inflates like a balloon. Vegeta's ki spheres hit the body and are thrown back at the Saiyan at an even greater speed. Surprised, Vegeta protects his body with his arms, receiving a series of explosions from his own attacks. Gomu Gomu no Bullet! A punch even more powerful than the pistol is thrown at the destroyer in the sky, who is squarely hit in the abdomen and vomits his own blood. God Vegeta reacts immediately, grabbing Luffy's arm and starting to spin his body as fast and strong as a cyclone. After spinning the Pirate King multiple times, accumulating incredible strength, Vegeta throws him. Luffy travels through the air at extraordinary speed, reaching millions of kilometers per hour in less than a second, traveling over many islands and seas. The God of Destruction follows, chasing the enemy, flying extraordinarily fast, preparing a punch with overwhelming power. However, in a moment that he passes in the middle of a plateau, Luffy stretches his arms to grab the rocky walls of the plateau, using his strength and stretch to gradually stop his body, while at the same time forming something similar to the arc of a slingshot until he finally stops after stretching for multiple kilometers. Gomu Gomu no Rocket! Using the power generated by stretching his arms, Luffy throws himself towards Vegeta like a rocket of light, heading towards the opponent who was coming to attack with astronomical speed, catching him off guard. Vegeta and Luffy meet in the sky with one stopping the other. The pirate hits the Saiyan with colossal power, which added to the power with which Vegeta advanced, generates an impact so monstrous that it blows away all the clouds in the sky above them, as well as tearing apart the entire large island below them, which it had a density greater than hundreds of ordinary planets. Luffy and Vegeta fall from the sky to the wreckage of the island below. Luffy lands on his feet and Vegeta falls. Despite the pain, Hakaishin gets up. The Pirate King praises him, saying that Vegeta is a tough guy. Vegeta also praises Luffy, saying that his ability to stretch his body is not like that of Piccolo or anyone else he has met. Luffy is truly a master at this, and although it seems simple, it is a very difficult skill to deal with. However, unfortunately for you, I'm already starting to understand how your combat style works. And you won't be able to surprise me for long, warns the Prince of Saiyans with a mischievous smile appearing on his face. As the fight between Goku and Naruto continues, the advantages seem to lean more and more towards the Saiyan side. Naruto, despite all his power and skill as a ninja, is gradually finding himself at a disadvantage compared to Goku's combat experience and prowess. The raven-haired warrior's every moment is executed with a precision and effectiveness that speaks to the years of training and battles he has faced throughout his life. Goku advances with increasingly faster and more powerful blows, his aura of transparent energy radiating as he makes the blonde ninja fumble in his own movements due to the difficulty of defending and dodging. Goku's fists find their targets with surgical precision while Naruto struggles to keep pace. His movements, although agile and powerful, appear to be no match for Goku's refined combat skill and raw strength. Each blow he deflects is followed by another, and so his defense weakens more and more. If this continues, he's going to finish me off. Naruto recognizes it. Confident of his growing advantage in the fight, Goku advances for an attack with the intention of ending it once and for all. A punch equipped with a high amount of concentrated force. However, Naruto holds the blow with his hand, causing an impact explosion to spread hundreds of kilometers away, destroying the surrounding ground. Goku didn't expect that. What happened? I was sure this punch would defeat you. Now showing an orange glow in his eyes that takes on the appearance of a frog, Naruto responds, "You're right, that punch would definitely defeat me, but only if I had the same power as a second ago." After activating Sage Mode in less than a second and holding back Goku's blow, Naruto retaliates by hitting his other hand with a Rasengan straight to his abdomen, pushing the older fighter towards the sky. And then the technique culminates in a huge explosion with enough luminous capacity to light up an entire large country. Gomu Gomu no Gatling! A machine gun of punches comes towards Vegeta, who fearlessly advances against the attacks and avoids the enemy's arms. Even in the midst of all these blows, Vegeta reaches Luffy, delivering a clear blow to the rubber man's face. However, only Luffy's head is pushed with Vegeta's blow, and then returns with incredible strength, at the same time that Luffy grabs Vegeta's shoulders to prevent him from retreating. Gomu Gomu no Ken! A devastating headbutt comes at Vegeta's face. However, the Prince of Saiyans is smarter and jumps, making Luffy's face crash into his knee. Luffy lets go of him and staggers away. "I already told you that I would quickly get used to your fighting style. Those cheap tricks won't work against me anymore," says the Saiyan. Recovering from his dizziness, Luffy responds with a challenging smile. "In that case, I'll change the way I fight a little." A strange vapor begins to be released from Luffy's body, and at the same time, the pirate's skin takes on a reddish tone, as if he were combusting. Luffy, without any difficulty and almost instantly, summons the power of his Gear Second. "What is this?" Vegeta wonders, watching carefully. Goku descends from the sky like a meteor, flames and ki enveloping his body. Naruto, accumulating a large amount of strength in his leg, performs a powerful jump, propelling himself into the sky like a flaming rocket. The Saiyan coming from above and the Shinobi coming from below meet in the middle with a downward and upward punch, the clash of their fists causing an intense reverberation at a gigantic distance. The encounter causes the two to cancel each other's movement in midair, and then their fall begins. While gravity acts, pulling the two towards the ground, the combatants exchange fierce blows. They hit the ground at the same time, with Naruto immediately executing a blow that Goku deftly dodges. However, the Saiyan is surprised when he receives the attack despite having dodged it, being sent flying and bouncing across the ground. When he recovers from the blow he just received, Goku comments that this is very strange, as he is sure he dodged that punch. After thinking a little better and concentrating for a moment, Goku finally realizes what happened. "I'm feeling something different in the environment. It seems that somehow nature is responding to your power. The transformation you just used didn't just cause a simple increase in your physical attributes, did it? No, Naruto responds. Sage mode makes me able to channel the energy of nature, not only increasing my overall power, but also giving me some other types of abilities. Goku smiles excitedly and praises Naruto, saying it's a cool technique. In a serpentine low flight, Vegeta lunges at Luffy, who attacks him with a technique called Gomu Gomu no Jet Gatling, a much stronger and faster version of the punch machine gun that he used shortly before. Despite the pirate's increased speed, the Saiyan is able to follow his movements, also faster due to having released more power. It's useless to increase your speed if your combat style is the same. I already said it won't work against me, Vegeta screams. He reaches Luffy, running him over with a punch right in the middle of the chest, dragging him a vast distance, causing a large line of destruction on the ground. When Vegeta looks at his hand that just hit his opponent, he sees that it is bleeding. What happened? His body suddenly became very hard. Vegeta looks at Luffy and notices that his chest is coated with some kind of dark metal. Armament Haki. You didn't expect that, right? The Pirate King says, with a superb tone. Then, he coats his arms with this metal and disappears from in front of Vegeta at such an incredible speed that it looks like teleportation. Reappearing above the Saiyan, he throws a punch with his spinning arm. Gomu Gomu no Hawk Rifle! The rotating metallic rubber arm goes at full speed. However, Vegeta disappears with the teleportation, surprising Luffy. The Saiyan reappears above him, preparing a big bang attack that he launches into Luffy's blind spot. However, he turns around, interlacing his fingers. Gomu Gomu no Tate! Luffy's fingers take on the appearance of a net, receiving the energy fired by Vegeta and throwing it back at him. The destroyer is caught off guard by that, but manages to dodge the return shot. However, he does not avoid Luffy's Gomu Gomu no Jet Whip, being hit squarely on the opponent's whip kick and thrown back to the ground of the island, sweeping a radius of kilometers of trees before finally stopping. Vegeta wonders what's going on. I'm pretty sure I aimed at his blind spot, and even though he has the ability to sense my ki, it was too quick for him to react like that. So how did he do that? The battle between the Saiyan warrior and the Hidden Leaf Village ninja becomes a whirlwind of movement and energy, each blow delivered with pinpoint precision. Goku uses his ki masterfully, and Naruto channels natural energy with his chakra like a true Sai. Despite the power of nature being in his favor, Naruto finds himself at a disadvantage again, realizing that Goku has already adapted to his combat style. Goku knocks Naruto away and launches a Kamehameha, the energy wave cutting through the air with devastating power. The ninja responds with a big ball Rasengan, concentrating his chakra in large quantities into a giant sphere of energy that collides with Goku's attack in an explosion of light and sound. After this clash of powers, Goku suffers nothing. Naruto, on the other hand, displays injuries on his arm. Sasuke, Kakashi, and Sakura watch the fight from a distance with great concern. Sasuke comments that Naruto's Sage mode has already been surpassed by that guy. Kakashi comments that if that is the case, Naruto's next step will be to use that power. Sakura says it's better for them to stay away because if Naruto uses this power and this enemy responds in kind, everyone around them will be in danger, and they will need to deal with the side effects of this battle. The three then agree to move away. With the sensitive power of Sage mode, Naruto notices the departure of his companions, and then makes his decision and warns, "Get ready, because from now on, I'm going to fight really seriously." From one moment to the next, Naruto's body was surrounded by an intense golden glow. Come on, Kurama. Goku is very aware of this. Although he cannot sense his opponent's power accurately, he can tell that it has increased a lot, and that things will indeed get more intense from now on. Vegeta and Luffy's fight continues on an increasing scale of power. More and more smoke is released from the pirate's body, and his skin burns more and more intensely as he pushes the limits of his gear second. Until recently, Vegeta was at a complete disadvantage in the fight, unable to land a single blow on Luffy. The Straw Hat, in contrast, was always successful in his attacks. Now this is starting to change, and as Vegeta receives Luffy's blows, he improves his performance in the fight, being able to dodge and defend more of the enemy's attacks, and now also being able to counterattack. When a sequence of stronger blows hit him, Luffy becomes confused and pressured. With an arrogant smile, Vegeta says that he finally understood what was happening. "You were anticipating my attacks, weren't you? I don't know how you do it, but I realize that somehow you're able to predict the future in a few seconds, and that's how you intercept even my most unpredictable attacks. However, I realize that if I increase my speed, even if you're able to predict my movements, you'll not be able to react to them." Hit by the God of Destruction's consecutive attacks, Luffy laments. Damn, how did this guy manage to discover the secret behind my observation haki so quickly? A series of punishing blows target Luffy, finishing him with a point-blank energy shot that sweeps the pirate away, along with half of the island they were on and a huge portion of the ocean. After all these attacks, Luffy shows a considerable amount of injuries, and the pain that spreads throughout his body is the sign he needs to know that at this level, he will not be able to win this battle. Floating, Vegeta begins to evoke a high amount of destructive ki. I don't have any more time to waste with you. Time to die. The Saiyan Hakaishin gathers his energy into a large globe of destruction power, and then launches his powerful Hakai against the enemy. Luffy stands still facing the attack that comes at him, making Vegeta wonder if he has finally given up. But Luffy sure didn't give up. He raises one of his arms, making it inflate to an incredible size, and then being stiffened by armament haki, the pirate then gives his response to the Saiyan's attack. Gomu Gomu no Elephant Gun! The giant arm is fired in the direction of Vegeta's energy attack, hitting the globe with titanic force to the point of making that enormous mass of power return from where it came like a tennis ball hit by a racket. What? Vegeta is shocked. The mass of power of destruction returns to the destroyer with a speed much greater than it was released by him. Without options, Vegeta quickly extends his hands towards the globe, and before being hit by his own energy, he makes it disappear. This required some effort from the panting god of destruction. You damn brat, what is this skill now? I call it Gear 3rd, Luffy responds, proud of his own skill. In the form of flashes of energy, Goku and Naruto clash through thousands of blows per second. The Konoha ninja imbued with powerful golden energy, and the Earth Saiyan enveloped by a dense layer of transparent ki, both leaving traces of their energy as they engage in a duel of blows whose power shakes the entire environment around them, even this planet having a resistance that is equivalent to several universes. Naruto quickly disappears in a flash of light, leaving multiple clones that advance by all directions, surrounding Goku, who uses his refinement martial skills to deflect, defend, and counterattack the clones, who disappear when hit. Goku starts moving with strong starts while raising his ki, sweeping away a large number of clones with each start, until there are none left. With his heightened senses, he can perceive the real Naruto, who fires a Rasen Shuriken at him, which Goku responds with a Kienzan. The Ki Disc and the Chakra Shuriken meet in the middle of the path, one rotating frantically against the other, releasing several sparks of energy from friction until culminating in an explosion of power. As if it were an energy machine gun, Goku fires a barrage of Ki blasts at the opponent, who advances in a zigzag pattern until he reaches the Saiyan again. The two warriors exchange powerful blows that make the ground shake and the heavens echo with the sound of the collisions. Naruto finally thinks to find a gap in Goku's impeccable defense, trying a stunning blow. Unfortunately for him, Goku dodges the attack by millimeters to hit the opponent with an even stronger counterattack, which creates a shockwave that spreads across the battlefield, throwing debris into the air and shaking the earth beneath his feet at the same time that sends Naruto a gigantic distance, destroying everything in front of his body. Ground, rocks, trees, mountains, nothing remains intact when the shinobi god thrown by the old Saiyan collides with it. Did I win? Goku wonders, trying to see what happened to the ninja, who ended up very far away. He has his answer when he sees the figure of a giant nine-tailed fox appear on the horizon, formed by Naruto's unmistakable energy. What is that? He wonders, curious. Gomu Gomu no Giant Stamp! Luffy screams after jumping over Vegeta. The rubber man's foot gains gigantic proportions, becoming larger than the large island Vegeta is on at the moment and descending against the Saiyan and the island at a frighteningly high speed for a foot with so much mass. Seeing that he couldn't dodge it in time, God Vegeta uses teleportation, leaving the entire island to be crushed alone under Luffy's foot. The force of the Pirate King Stomp is such that it causes the ocean waters around the island to spread over great distances, causing a widespread tsunami that extends across a large part of that multiversal scale planet. Vegeta completes his teleportation by reappearing, flying over Luffy with both hands joined and beginning to concentrate a high amount of power. Final Flash! The god of destruction attacks with a massive wave of energy. You won't be able to dodge this in the air, but Luffy doesn't intend to dodge. Gomu Gomu no Gigant Fusen! Becoming a gigantic ball of air, Luffy receives the shot directly into his body, being extended hundreds of kilometers by Vegeta's energy torrent. I will go through your body. Vegeta continues to release more and more energy with the intention of making Luffy's body stretch as much as possible until it finally gives way. However, not even Vegeta expected that Luffy could extend beyond the limits of that planet of multiversal proportions. Finally, the Saiyan's energy is returned, now with a pressure thousands of times greater than the initial one. Vegeta tries to stop the attack, but he can't, and explosion with the power of multiversal destruction hits the god of destruction squarely, causing a light greater than thousands of suns to radiate across the sky of that gigantic planet, while a thunderous boom greater than 1,000,000 thunder reverberates, causing extremely intense vibrations that provokes earthquakes of very high scales throughout the world. Goku is facing the giant fox coming towards him when the blinding light takes over the skies and the thunderous sound echoes, making the entire earth shake intensely. What incredible power! Goku thinks as he witnesses all those events on such extraordinary scales. It looks like Luffy is in an intense fight with the other guy. Naruto comments and wonders if he's okay. Kurama scolds Naruto, saying that he has to focus on his own opponent, which is already enough of a problem. Goku goes against Naruto and Kurama. He floats in a way that is face to face with Kurama's head, which is where Naruto is. Hey, do you know if there's anyone fighting against my companion named Vegeta? He questions. Goku cannot sense Vegeta's ki in this reality. However, he deduces that he has something to do with it. I'm not going to give you any information, Naruto responds. Then I will end this fight and investigate on my own, Goku retorts. Concentrating his ki, Goku manifests it into a large avatar of energy that equals Kurama's size. What about this? I know how to summon a giant too. Naruto is surprised by this and says that his technique reminds him a lot of Sasuke's Susanoo. I've never heard of this technique, Goku says. Impatient, Kurama manifests his chakra with great intensity, saying that they are not there to talk. Goku claps his fists, saying that if they want to continue fighting, he won't be the one to oppose. Naruto claps his fists equally in total agreement. After receiving his own final flash head-on with multiplied power, Vegeta remains still in the air, showing that he withstood all that damage without being carried away by that colossal power. However, there are consequences on his body. Multiple injuries, many visible, many not. You damn rubber brat! Vegeta curses his opponent, panting. After the explosion, Luffy was thrown into the sea, with the force of impact sending him into the deepest regions of the ocean. However, with his monstrous physical fitness, he was able to quickly return, and his head emerges from the water looking at the enemy in the sky. Luffy doesn't seem affected by the water in any way. Wow, are you still alive after that? The pirate is impressed when he sees the enemy alive and conscious in the sky. Enraged, Vegeta begins to release his power of destruction with frightening intensity, shaking the waters and skies, causing intense waves and strong electrical gusts as well as great winds. Zoro, who is following the fight from a distance, reflects impressed on the incredible power of this invader and realizes that Luffy will have no other option than to try even harder. After Vegeta resists that explosion, Luffy understands that he will not be defeated with just his current level of power. Therefore, he needs to take things to the next level. Luffy's body begins to inflate and be taken over by dark energy. A high amount of smoke exhaled by him surrounds the straw hat. And then when this smoke is dispersed, the pirate presents a new form. Gear forth, Bound Man, he exclaims as he emerges from the water, floating with the jet being released from his legs. After falling into a different reality, Gogeta is strangely separated, giving way to old Goku and God Vegeta again. Goku and Vegeta are approached by strange people who say they are ninjas and pirates. Will Goku defeat the shinobi god named Naruto? Will Vegeta defeat the pirate king named Luffy? Find out in the next episodes of Dragon Ball Shinken. So guys, what do you think of Luffy and Naruto and their friends' participation in Dragon Ball Shinken? Remember that the story of Dragon Ball Shinken involves alternative realities, alright? In other words, this Naruto and Luffy aren't the same ones we see in the original Naruto, Boruto, and One Piece works. They are alternative versions unique to Dragon Ball Shinken, significantly more powerful than their original counterparts, specifically empowered to rival Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Shinken. Is it cool to see Goku and Vegeta dealing with their techniques considering an equal power level? Are Dragon Ball characters capable of handling Naruto and One Piece characters without having the power advantage? Comment your opinions. If you enjoyed Naruto and Luffy's participation in this episode, comment #Naruto and Luffy Shinken. Also, leave a like on the video to help with its scope here on the platform, and subscribe to the channel for more videos from us. Until next time.